Now we go to a high school assembly at the high school auditorium. Mr. McElroy was in charge of the orchestra here. This is in the old auditorium. The young man pictured here on the right is a man you should know today. He is now Dick Gutendorf, a member of the Brentwood Police Department. Children crossing the street at Francis Avenue. Sam Janikowski, the officer at the corner. You can identify Bobby Black and one of the... Here we find the girls in the Girl Scout troops practicing some of their activities. It's Miss Helen Small. The Girl Scouts were a very active organization at this particular time. Miss Gladys Evans and Miss Ann Weaver were two of the Girl Scout leaders in the burr at that time. Here we see the girls at the Elroy School at a Girl Scout meeting. Boy Scouts were also active in this particular year. See Boy Scouts here at a camp that was provided for them that summer. Dr. Goodpaster and Mr. Harry Suttner were instrumental in setting up this camp. These were the days when scouting was such a popular activity that a young man would give his right arm to be a member of the Boy Scout troop. These next scenes were taken at the Boy Scout camp in the summer of 1938. With a hat, we see Harry Suttner, Dr. Goodpaster. Each of the two elementary schools had libraries in their classrooms at that particular time. Each classroom had their own library, which was scaled to the age level of the pupil. Here we see children at the Elroy school selecting books. Notice again how nicely the children were dressed in those days. Library books here were exhibited around the room on a blackboard shelf. Here we see the children at Moore School selecting books with Miss Alice Kahn, the teacher. This picture is a take in the Moore School. We can identify a few of the pupils here. This little fellow with the big smile on his face is one of the Kniffel Camp boys, whose father was one of the borough policemen. This is a picture of the first Brentwood High School library. Miss Idle was the librarian at that time. You can see from this picture that the library has come a long way since 1938. Furniture looked rather crude at that time, and it was. Both of the elementary schools were blessed with a music supervisor who taught music in all the classes in both the elementary schools. At this particular time, the music teacher was Miss Dorothy Miller. We see the children here enjoying their music lesson. John Allen, Bill Salzman, we can identify the young lady in the front there, Alice Ann Gedney, Emma Stefaniak, a specially trained art teacher was employed in both the elementary schools at this time. Teacher here is Miss Dorothy Kohler. A very rounded and comprehensive art program was presented in both the elementary schools. You can see some of the materials here that the students are using. Here we see a picture of many of the artworks that were produced by the children in the elementary schools. This brings to a close the film on the Brentwood schools of 1938. We hope you've enjoyed this program. We hope you enjoy the entire celebration of the 50th anniversary of the Brentwood Junior Senior High School. Thank you.